I looked up and wanted to, to know if they had any wrestling, and I saw that they had wrestling, and so I was really intrigued, and so they have a couple of promotions here, two actually to name, PWR, MWF, and so I'm kind of helping them out in a sense. Not too much. They do their own thing. I just every now and then I'll go in and train with them and give them some pointers, and that's about it. And recently I decided to start my own company, Wrestling Entertainment 3000. And so I'm just working on that to get that up and running, and hopefully 2019 I will have my first show.
Nice. And what are you looking to do with that? Are you looking to, make it big, start small, kind of just be, a little indie in the Philippines, or what's the grand plan for that?
Well, the whole grand plan is to go big, but like anybody else who decides to start a an indie promotion or whatever, learning from ECW, you definitely have to start small and then just work your way up. So I'm going to start small because it's just me, pretty much. Over here in the Philippines, it's a lot different than in the States. But first of all, a lot of my friends are in the States, so it's kind of hard to get people to understand where you're coming from, because the new era right now is social media and how to promote from there. I'm old school, somewhat, and not really social media savvy, so it's kind of hard to get what I want out without hiring people. And people here, you have to hire. It's not like a friend thing where, come help me out. Let's do this, and we'll do this for whatever, and have a couple drinks. It's a little different. So now I'm just going to try to push it, and start very small and see what happens.
Is it going to be in the vein of ECW, or are you going to try to make it, maybe somewhat like ECW, or just taking some things you learned from ECW?
Things that I learned from ECW, things that I learned from the Indies in North Carolina. Even some of the things that I've learned when I was in OVW, WWE Raw, SmackDown, all that good stuff, So with all the knowledge that I've picked up over the years, I want to incorporate it within my company. And being that it's called Wrestling Entertainment 3000, I definitely want entertainment alongside the wrestling. I don't want too much wrestling. I don't want too much entertainment. I want it to be a mixture, So I want to get the people that are not normally associated, or people that don't know a lot about pro wrestling, to come to the venue and say, "Oh, wow, that's a good show," So that's my main thing right now. As far as wrestlers, I will use local Filipino wrestlers. They have some good talent here. They're learning. They are picking it up as they go, and that's okay. That's fine. When I first got here, I was kind of like, "Wow, you guys are doing it wrong. You're doing it this." But now I've learned that these guys they're making it happen their way, and it's a good thing for them, And so I want to showcase them, and hopefully, some of the main big companies will see these guys, girls, and start picking them up, and maybe they get a shot.
Is pro wrestling big in the Philippines? Because I have no idea about that market or anything about it.
No, it's not. It's a virgin, baby. It's like, man, it's nothing. It's like I said, it's two promotions. They had some promotion back in the 80s, or a promotion, Pinoy Wrestling, but then I think it stopped in the 90s or something like that. And it just picked up. PWR, Philippine Wrestling Revolution, and MWF, Manila Wrestling Federation are the two only big wrestling companies here. They do shows monthly. There was another company called Art of War Wrestling that I single-handedly trained. About 25 students. We had one show, but the promoter, or shall I say, the management screwed the whole thing up. So they're kind of like on the side, and we kind of split off. But PWR and Manila Wrestling Federation are the main two. We kind of got noticed, unfortunately, with a bad incident a couple of months ago with one wrestler who kind of like tried to draw heat, and he actually set himself on fire, some crazy stunt, unannounced to the promoter or whatever. He just kind of did it himself, and it got around the world. Jim Cornette harped on it. If you go online, you can hear about it, or you can see what Jim Cornette said. There were a couple of wrestlers from WWE and other indies that saw it, and they made reference to it. So that was the highlight of Philippine wrestling so far internationally. TJ Perkins, he's Filipino, Batista's Filipino, but they have not. I don't think they've wrestled here in the Philippines, and I don't know if they're even born here in the Philippines. I just think they're just Filipino, by family. By blood or whatever. And so, how that got out, is because that guy did that, and that's the only reference of Philippine wrestling. And Jim Cornette buried the Philippine wrestling scene. But these guys are still going. They're still going, and they're trying, and I give them kudos, man, because they're doing it, to the best of their ability. So we're trying to make it big.